Hello everybody, my name is Amanda Wilkie, and I will be discussing why you should not physically discipline your children. How many of you are in complete control of your strength when you are angry? And by angry, I mean you are at a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10. Not many, if any. For those of you who have children, you know just how far they can push your buttons and how very angry you may become. Once you get to a certain anger level and you choose to physically discipline your child, you are endangering their welfare because you may be at a point that you can no longer consciously control your strength. This is why parents and guardians need to stop using physical discipline. Physically disciplining your children can cause many issues, like increased anxiety, which can lead to poor grades in school. Children can become fearful and very jumpy. It can cause aggression in them, leading them to lash out and get into fights. When parents physically discipline children, it hinders their development for empathy and compassion. These are extremely valuable traits in a human being. Without them, the child will have difficulty connecting with people. All in all, the use of physical discipline decreases compliance and increases resistance. Parents may believe that using force will get their child to behave better, but it can cause the complete opposite result and have the child shut down and become uncooperative. Discipline is meant to show children right from wrong, acceptable from unacceptable. Physical discipline is showing the child that violence is an acceptable way to handle conflict, which is not true in society. As a result from this display of conflict resolution, the child may become a problematic citizen. Parents and guardians need other forms of discipline. There are other forms. Parents just need to be open to learning them. Physical discipline may seem effective, but it loses its effect. The child may become numb and just tolerate the hitting. It also causes the child to fear their parent, which can damage their relationship. The child may become sneaky and hide things from their parent just because they are afraid of the results from telling the parents. The most dangerous part of physically disciplining a child is that the parent may lose their cool and cause serious harm to the child. More effective disciplinary tactics would be using timeouts, taking away privileges, and logical consequences. Logical consequences is when, say, the child does not want to pick up her toys. You pick them up, but the child is no longer allowed to use them for the rest of the day. There are also natural consequences, which is when the parent sits back and allows the child to see what would happen if they continue with their actions, as long as it will not put them in harm's way. An example would be if the child has a bowl of Cheerios and they keep dropping them to the dog, eventually they will run out of Cheerios and want more, but they will not have any more because they fed them all to the dog. That child will now learn that if they keep throwing them down on the floor, they won't have any more. Learning these techniques before you even have children is beneficial because you will be prepared and equipped with ways to refrain from physically disciplining your children. It is vital that we use these tactics instead of hitting, because if we don't stop, there will be consequences for the future. The children's self-esteem may be so bad that they do poorly in school, resulting in them dropping out, which leads to no future for them. The world will be made up of people who will lack compassion and will cause harm to others without even giving it a second thought. Murders and crimes in general could increase if we are not consistent with using other forms. If we are consistent with using other forms of discipline, children will respect their parents rather than fear them. children will understand that violence is not a solution for a conflict. Children will grow up to learn how to control their anger because they saw how their parents did when they were angry. What is it that I am asking you to do? Spread this information to friends and family members. Try to teach them why physically disciplining their children is not acceptable. And if you have children yourself, please refrain from hitting them. If they are out of hand and you are really angry with them, leave the room and take a breather. If you are consistent with other forms of discipline, your child will be more behaved. The whole key is consistency.